Our story for this week is two sisters, Leah and Rachel. In our Bible stories, the world was not as crowded with people as it is today. In the Bible, God's people needed to grow their families bigger and stronger. In the Bible, even grown-ups don't make decisions all by themselves. Their parents had a lot to say about whom they married and where they lived. This is the story of two sisters, Leah and Rachel. Their father, Laban, chose the person they would marry. He chose someone from his own family so that his family could grow bigger and stronger. He also decided Leah and Rachel would marry the same person. It wasn't unusual in those days for a man to have more than one wife at a time. A man named Jacob, he was the son of Isaac and Rebekah from the last story, was traveling far from his home, looking for some of his family. Along the way, he stopped at a well to talk to the shepherds there. "Do any of you know Laban? He is my uncle," he asked. The shepherds answered, "Yes, Laban lives nearby. Look, here comes his daughter Rachel." Jacob turned and saw Rachel leading her sheep to the well. Jacob was so happy to see Rachel that he kissed her and started to cry. Jacob stayed with Rachel's family and worked hard for his uncle Laban. He wanted to marry Rachel. Laban was happy Jacob wanted to marry Rachel. He told him, "You marry Rachel, but you have to marry Leah first because she is my oldest daughter." After Jacob and Leah were married, Jacob married Rachel. The two sisters shared Jacob. Jacob loved Rachel the most. This made Leah feel sad and alone. When it was time to grow their family, Leah had many babies. Rachel was sad because she didn't have a baby, not even one. She prayed to God for help. After waiting for a long time, Rachel had a baby too. She named him Joseph. More time passed and their family grew. They both had more babies, so did their servants. Their lives together weren't always easy, but their family did grow big and strong. They had 12 children who would someday have families and whole tribes of their own. Our questions for this week are, what did Rachel and Leah have to say to each other so that everyone could get along? When you see someone who has something you really need, how do you feel? When you see someone sad, what do you do? If you get married someday, you might pick someone you love. You might choose someone because together you make a great team. Ask someone you know who's married what they like most about the person they love. It's also fun to ask your parents how they met. There are lots of good stories, whether it's your mom and dad or step-parents and your parent, whatever the story is, ask how they met and decided to get married. Those are usually really fun stories. Hope you're having a good week.